Hello guys, welcome to EduKrupa Tuitions. I am Moksha Prada. Today we are starting with nutrition in plants. This will be going according to the NCERT textbook. So first let's understand what nutrients are. Nutrients are the substances or also the components of food which are required for the bodily functions. Next, what is nutrition? Nutrition is the process of taking in of these foods and the body completely utilizing it, irrespective of the organism, whether it may be plants or animals or any other such organisms. Nutrients and nutrition. Nutrients are the substances, nutrition is the process. Now, based on the mode of nutrition, animals are separated into two different categories. One is autotrophic, another one is heterotrophic. First, what is autotrophic? We can split this word autotrophic into two words. One is auto, which means self. Another one is trophos or trophic, which means nourishment or nutrition. Let's go with the word nourishment for now. So, which plants are the only living organisms in the world which are autotrophic, meaning they utilize the raw materials from our surroundings, from the nature, for example, utilizing of sunlight, water, and air, and also some minerals from the roots, minerals which are absorbed from the roots to prepare their own food. Next is heterotrophic. Hetero means others, and trophic is already there, nourishment. Now you may ask a question. We humans also prepare our own food, but how does we differ from plants? So the plants only they have a food factory in their leaves, which helps in preparing their own food. But us humans depend on the plants to make our food. So there is a difference. This was the mode of nutrition. And the example for this, as I already told, plants. Example for this is animals. Animals also includes us humans, but let's just say again humans. Okay. Then you may ask, what is exactly the process that the autotrophic living organisms follow to prepare their own food, which is saying plants. So there is a process called as photosynthesis. Again, here we will split the word photosynthesis into two parts. One is photo, another is synthesis. Now, what is photo? in the higher classes, you will learn that the term photo means light. And synthesis means, in general, preparing something or making something. So now we can generally conclude that photosynthesis means plants are preparing something in the presence of light. So for the whole earth, what is the main source of light? Which is sun, of course. So the plants get sunlight from the sun. In the word itself, there is their sunlight to prepare food. That's the process of photosynthesis. This is in general. But what about the proper definition for this? Again, photosynthesis. What may be the proper definition? Process of plants, because we are talking about modes of nutrition in plants, preparing their own food by utilizing nutrients or minerals which they get from the soil, air, in particular carbon dioxide, and the most important thing, water. This isn't where the definition ends. It also happens in the presence of sunlight and a pigment called as chlorophyll. So photosynthesis means process of plants preparing their own food by utilizing nutrients, carbon dioxide, water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Plant also utilizes sunlight and chlorophyll, but you should, to be particular, to be precise, it is in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. You may have questioned yourself. You may question right now, does the plant prepare the food only in the presence of sunlight? Yes, most of the time throughout the day, it only prepares the food in the presence of sunlight. Okay. Now, next hop on to what is chlorophyll and where the plants prepare their food. Photosynthesis as we already discussed. Let's write a proper equation for this before continuing to where it is produced. So where the food is produced, before continuing, let's write a proper equation. As I've told in the definition earlier, plant utilizes water and plus carbon dioxide, CO2, or you can generally write air, but it doesn't utilize the whole air that is present in the atmosphere. Plus, in the presence of, above the arrow mark, when you are writing the equation, you should write sunlight. Below, you should write chlorophyll. Now, this I didn't explain in the previous part, but what happens when it utilizes, what may be the end product or the byproduct or the result of this photosynthesis process? Result is oxygen, which is released in O2 form, plus energy is liberated. Energy is the byproduct. What exactly does byproduct mean? Byproduct, this is the main. With human perspective, main product is oxygen. With all of the living organisms, all of the humans breathe is oxygen. And energy is the byproduct that the plant utilizes for itself to grow. Now, I wrote something like chlorophyll. What exactly is chlorophyll? Chlorophyll is the green color pigment or green pigment present in plants. If you have ever seen a small plant, you may have questioned, why is the leaf of a plant green? Why is the stem of a plant generally green, but it may be other colors, it's generally green? Which part of the plant is not green? The root in particular is not green. So only the plant's leaf part and the stem part is green. This is because of the presence of this pigment called chlorophyll. So I said that chlorophyll helps in photosynthesis. Where exactly is it present? Generally, majority of it is present in leaf, or if we go for the plural form, leaves. Leaf is called the food factory. Food factory of plants. All the plants, whether it may be a grown tree or a small plant, leaves are the food factory of the plants. Now, how does it take in this carbon dioxide? Exactly. Leaves have small tiny pores called as stomata. Tiny pores present in leaves. This is how the plant takes in the carbon dioxide. And plus, how does the water come in? By roots. And also, I said in the previous definition, minerals. Minerals plus water is absorbed through the roots. You don't need to worry about all the definitions. You just need to remember this whole equation. I'll write it again for you. Let's rearrange it a little bit. Plants. Photosynthesis is the process of utilizing carbon dioxide, CO2, plus water in the presence of, as I said before, you should write sunlight above the arrow mark of the equation and chlorophyll below the arrow mark. Just for the formality purpose, if you even rearrange the order, it doesn't matter. So what is the products? The main product is oxygen in the molecular form O2, and the byproduct is energy. Why is it called a byproduct? Because this product only is utilized by the plants and the rest of the nature utilizes oxygen. With this, it's just by remembering this equation, you can form a whole definition. Photosynthesis is the process of plants utilizing carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, and the products are oxygen and energy. This is all about photosynthesis. In the next topic, we'll learn about the heterotrophic nutrition and the type of plants. This was all about the 1.1 and 1.2 topics covered in the NCERT textbook. You can go through the textbook. Also for the questions, it is prepared by us. They are the in-house questions. You will find it in the description below. You can download the PDF and utilize it for your purpose. It's the questions prepared by us. It's not siphoned from some online sources or something else. It is prepared by us line by line, whatever the topics we cover. It's our own questions. So you can utilize that. Also, thank you for seeing this video. See you in the next video.